How are you doing, guys? Yes, my bike has already almost 2000 kilometers. It's been with me through the mud, through the sand and really technical terrain, almost 2000 kilometers, and my rear XT derailleur needs some servicing. Let's start by simply removing it from the bike. So we need to free the cable first. I forgot to remove the cap from the cable. I'm gonna do it in a second. If you don't want to break the chain, just remove the tension pulley. So that's the bottom one. If you remove that one, you will be able to remove the derailleur from the bike, and the chain will be there. So that's what I'm gonna do, because the chain is new. I replaced it a week ago. So I'm not gonna break it and use another pin. So now I'm removing the cable, and now when you pull the cap, the end cap will just fall down. Make sure you don't break the cable. And now that's the mounting bolt, and we are ready to go. The shifting will change. Maybe not dramatically, but it will change if the derailleur hasn't been serviced for so long and it's that dirty. You see the spring there, it's very dirty, everything is dry, but the derailleur is very solid. This is the M8000 Shimano XT. It's very solid. It's not that it fails shifting, but now it will be crisp. So now you will just remember how great it was when it was new. I'm putting the pulley back because I decided to use water with like very foamy water and my brush first, because I don't want to use that much degreaser first. I want to have clean parts, because this was very dirty after my last two rides, Friday, Saturday. Very muddy, very dirty and wet in the last days. It needs some TLC right now. Put all the parts in the order. I'm always telling you that. Watch the parts if you remove those. Here on the video you're gonna have everything step by step. I'm just showing you this is not symmetrical pulley. So remember which one is the upper pulley, which one is the lower one. They are called tension pulley, that's the lower one, and the upper one is the guide pulley. You can, as I'm showing you now, remove some dirt with just mechanically, and that's how you can do it. I have very good brushes. Brushes help a lot. Good brushes help a lot. This is how you open the bearing, and I decided to do it because the pulley didn't want to spin nicely. I actually never had that tired pulleys. You can see, maybe you don't see that, but I could feel it is very difficult to spin that one. So some degreaser, and we are cleaning the bearing. What's important? Do it well. Do it from both sides. Use some times there. And then after that, I'm always putting the parts to the water. I don't want to have degreaser left there. And then after spinning it, I decided to put it back to the degreaser, and now I can feel there is no sand, no particles in the derailleur. So this is now super clean. Yeah. If you have some air, it's good. Yeah, you can just blow the air through the bearings to make it dry quicker, because you want to have all the parts dry, completely dry, before you close the bearings and before you assemble the derailleur. So these are the small seals. After degreasing those, I'm putting those into the water, and that's how it looks like. Everything is clean, and everything is put in order on my table. Now the guide pulley. It's called guide pulley, the upper one, because it will guide the chain through the cassette. And here we've got same story, same exact story it was just tired. Now I'm just showing you, if you remove parts, look how you've been doing that, which side is which side. You can do the picture even, because probably you're gonna be doing that with different derailleurs. So same story here, cleaning, degreasing, and now I'm removing the bearing. Why do I clean it first? I just don't want to have the dirt go into the bearing, because that maybe would make my cleaning longer. No, this one doesn't want to spin, but it's better than the tension pulley, so the lower one. I clean everything very well. There is absolutely no dirt on the parts. That's how it should spin. Spin it also just for cleaning. It helps the dirt to go out, and now this is perfect. There is no need to replace the pulleys. Don't be too quick with that. And now all the parts, this is the inner plate. Just clean those. Make sure the parts are clean. I've noticed that this plate, the chain should be on this side, but it was on this side. Not now, but before. And I'm not sure whether I've been removing the chain before and I put it in the wrong way, or it was like that on the new bike. But I think I was maybe cleaning the chain, and yes, I did that mistake. So make sure it's done in the good way. Here is the brackets and the axle. You can see the thread. There's some dirt there. Just watch carefully all the parts, how they should go back. This is the axle for it. So it's all super clean now. I'm not showing you cleaning all the parts. Everything I remove from the bike, it's clean. Now this is the on position for the switch lever of the clutch, and this is the off position. So put it into off position and remove the locking pin. This pin does not allow the plate to do this move, so just to go too far and spin around. This is how it looks like right now. I'm cleaning the pin, the thread on the pin. If there was some thread lock used, it's good to use it again. I actually almost never do it, and this time I haven't done it either, but ideally would be good to use it. Now 3 bolts for the cover of our clutch. Remove those slowly, carefully, and now watch what's there. Maybe something will fall off. Maybe you won't see how the some parts should be put. We've got the gasket here. Gonna put it aside also, and everything is on the table just as it was on the derailleur. This is the actual clutch mechanism. You remove it very easily. Just put no tension on the clutch with that little bolt I did, and now we remove it. It looks clean. This part, the clutch itself, looked clean because it's sealed and it's done quite well. This is the axle of the plate. 4mm Allen key, and there is quite a bit of force. Should be between 8 and 10 Newton meters. I've put 8 when assembling it. And this is the part which was really dirty, because there is no seals here. Remember in which hole the spring should go. This is the plate tension spring, and it's the axle. Alright, now we're going to clean the parts. There was also one spacer right there, so it should go back. And this little plastic thing with a teeth. And now this is how the spring looks like when it's clean. Absolutely clean, no particles. This is the axle I'm cleaning right now. There is a small o-ring on the axle. I'm not removing it, I'm just making sure it's clean. Now I clean the thread inside with the rag, like threading the axle on the rag. This is the mounting bolt for the cable. Removing that one will also help you to clean everything. You can see it's dirty. It is very dirty. Here, as you can see, there is a small, clicky thing which you remove, like a small clips. And that will allow you to remove this part. Why do I do it? Because there is also a hole in the clutch mechanism for it, and it has the o-ring, so it has to be clean. Now I'm showing you that these are the moving parts. On the new derailleur, Shimano still puts a lot of grease. I don't know why, because after one ride it will stick, all the dirt will stick to it. I'm not using grease, I'm not re-greasing it. This is the Brunox. It's not really the lubricant, but it will clean the parts. It will also make them dry and just nice, you know. Nothing will stick to these parts, so it will still be good, and it will lower the friction. First I'm just moving with the derailleur very well, and now I'm cleaning it. The brush is great because the brush, as you can see, it goes there and it goes to the pivots, so it's cool. Now it's the rack on the 2mm Allen key, and this is the inside of the derailleur where the spring goes in, and this is how the clutch looks like. Okay, you see, this is the part of the clutch itself and the adjustment. You just do this little trick in order to remove the clutch. Inside the clutch I have in my left hand right now, there is the roller bearings. You don't want to grease those. Grease goes only on the outer side. I'm using Shimano grease. It's not really that important what kind of grease you are using, but that Shimano type of grease for the bearings is great for that. So as you can see, only the right side, not the left side, was greased, and here only the outer side, not the inner side, was greased. That's important because you wanna your clutch to work and have some friction. I'm actually not 100% sure this spacer should be greased. I put a little bit of grease there, and I'm putting a little bit of grease here. As you can see, there will be no grease on it, like on it left. It will just have no friction when working. Now the torque wrench, 8 Newton meters. This plastic thing with the teeth, it goes right there. It's easy to see how it should be. So we are assembling the derailleur. Now goes the spring, like that. There is a groove for it, so you're gonna have no problem. Now this is the hole here, and the hook of the spring, like this. Okay, don't put any tension on it just yet. Now first just assemble the axle. So the part of the axle you see standing out or sticking out is not greased. Now hold the derailleur like I'm doing and apply, let's say just about 8 Newton meters, between 8 and 10. This is the lever switch, and here is the o-ring. I'm not gonna leave it wet, but as you can see, I clean it and I use the rag to take off the excess, to clean the excess off, but it's still kind of with the film on it. And now it goes right there. It's not difficult. Just the o-ring, you feel some resistance. Okay, it went through. You can see it's on its place. Always try it. And then this little clips will go there. Great. Okay, you see how it's moving? And now we do this move. First the plate, then the derailleur, and hold it like that, so that you will see the thread for the pin, and the pin goes with the screwdriver. And make sure you hold the plate in the right position so that you don't scratch the derailleur as I did with the screwdriver. So should be open a little bit more. Now it works. You can see it stops. Once again, use the screwdriver for reinstalling the clutch into this part of piece of metal. Okay, no grease inside, and I'm also cleaning just the edge so that no grease will get inside. You can see this part on the left side has this little hole here, like a square. It will fit this part on the derailleur. So it's not symmetrical. It should go with the hole to the derailleur, and like that. Okay, you see, when you move this part, the clutch should engage. I'm gonna show you that once again in the second. This is the adjustment, so I just put it with a little bit tension there. I can feel when it's off, the derailleur is free. Now there is lots of resistance, so maybe even a little bit too much. You have that little screw for the adjustment. Now the gasket, it's not symmetrical, so if it kind of doesn't fit, just spin it around and put it back there. It should fit nicely. I'm not putting grease there, but I'm just touching the edge with my gloves now, so that it will be kind of waterproof, water resistant. And when you put the cover on, make sure that the gasket, that seal, is on its place. Nothing sticks out. The distance between the derailleur and the cover is even. Not too much force, just feel it. Just feel it. That it's probably something like 2.5 Newton meters, something like that. You can see which side was going towards the bolt. There is no black paint there, so now the bolt for the cable, and we are almost done. Now there's the axle for the bracket axle. I'm putting some Brunox there just for cleaning and making sure it's dry. So this is how the bracket should move. And now the axle, you use some more force here. Cool. The bracket should be free, almost without play. So there is almost no play when the axle is there, and the bracket is totally free, no resistance there. So this is my pulley spinning nicely. I'm not re-greasing it, I'm just putting a little bit of oil, which means oil will not be enough for another 2,000 kilometers. It would be good to do the maintenance earlier, but it's, in my opinion, it's just better way of doing it, because putting so much grease inside there, it's not that easy. Make sure that the seals just like click nicely back in their place. This is the tension pulley. This is the guide pulley. It says there, guide pulley. And this is the derailleur. That's how the chain goes, down, to the left, to the right, to the left. So look at the arrows, left, right, left, when you spin the cranks forwards. Look at the arrows, yes, so this is how it should be. And look at the arrow on the other one, on the other side. That means this pulley exactly will spin to the other, counterclockwise. That means that those signs, those words, are not visible from outside. Okay, now the bolt, and installing the pulley. If you've done what I did without breaking the chain, you don't install the lower pulley just yet, but I'm just gonna install it just to show you how the derailleur looks like after this whole overhaul. It's beautiful, it's working nicely. Make sure you've got the thread there, and it's moving nicely. There is I don't hear any dirt there. It will work better. The clutch will work better. It will work better on the full suspension bike. For the rear suspension, great. Here is the cap for the adjustment. Now you know exactly what you do when you use the adjustment here. So if it's just too strong, use just a little bit of movement, not too much. This was even too much. Even like, 10 degrees or something would be enough to feel the difference. But this works beautifully, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and tell me what other parts on the bikes would you like to see overhauled, and see you soon. Bye bye.